We've just had a ton of new leaks on the iPhone 18 Pro and the iPhone 18 Pro Max. And no, these are not just rumors, these are actual leaks coming straight from Apple's suppliers. And trust me when I tell you that we haven't had such a massive leak in years. So you better get that popcorn ready because this is going to be a big one. But first, what has actually happened? Well, Tata Technologies, one of Apple's manufacturing partners in India, was the target of a cyber attack. And over 630 gigabytes of confidential files about the upcoming iPhone 18 Pro and 18 Pro Max got leaked. Everything from motherboard maps, supplier details, and believe me or not, even prototype drop test photos and actual videos got leaked. I'm honestly speechless. And we may as well start there, as one of the photos shows an iPhone 18 Pro being drop tested, and just take a look at that color. This has to be the new dark cherry color that has been rumored for months now and that I've got right here in our case model. And I gotta say, as always, the color on the actual real iPhone looks so much nicer. It's more red rather than this pinkish color that we had on the case models, which I do prefer. Now, if I compare last year's iPhone 17 Pro case model against the actual iPhone 17 Pro, you'll see what I mean. That the finished iPhone looks far better than the case model. So yeah, I'm almost certain that these photos are in fact real because of the big Tata breach. But what do you guys think? Do you like this color or do you prefer the one on our case model right here? But either way, this new red will pair perfectly with our wallpapers, especially our new Seaside Sanctuary pack by Wallrod that we just dropped. Just take a look at how awesome this looks. And of course, we've got hundreds more packs now available on our brand new WallpaperZ online store too, in addition to our app. All of them are in stunning 8K quality and also handcrafted by our team of talented designers. That's close to 40 now. And I've got some great news. Our limited time WallpaperZ online store discount is still running. Simply go to wallpaperzapp.com to get 20% off on all the packs until Monday. Okay, now we've also had a drop test video of the iPhone 18 Pro Max, but in silver this time. And while at a first glance it looks very similar to the iPhone 17 Pro Max, I can notice three differences straight away. First off, the back panel is much closer in color to the unibody frame of the device. It doesn't have that dual tone design like the iPhone 17 Pros did, where the glass portion was white and the actual metal part was silver. And I absolutely love this change. I wasn't really a fan of that two-tone design, to be honest. Second, it seems to be much thicker as well, just like the leaks and our case model suggested. So yeah, this will be quite the brick. Personally, I don't mind it. Like, it's a Pro device, it should be getting the best battery life and the best performance, even if it's a bit thicker. Because of course, if you want a thin and light iPhone, then you can just pick between the iPhone Air or the in-between option, the iPhone 17. And then third, the cameras on this prototype iPhone seem to be protruding even more than before. Something that I also noticed on our case models right here. Speaking of the cameras, this is the big upgrade that I was hoping for the most. Apparently, the iPhone 18 Pro and the 18 Pro Max will actually be shipping with a brand new sensor for the main camera. It's said to be the Sony IMX-905, a custom-made sensor by Sony just for Apple. And for a bit of context, the iPhone 17 and the iPhone Air use the IMX-904, just like the non-Pro iPhones from the iPhone 15 and later. Then the iPhone 16 Pro and 17 Pros, they used the IMX-903. The iPhone 14 Pro and 15 Pro had the IMX-803, which still had the same specifications, but it had a slightly faster readout, which enabled that 4K at 120 frames per second. So IMX-905 would make sense for the iPhone 18 Pro models from a naming perspective. But what could we expect from this new sensor? Well, there are no sensor specifications that are public just yet, as this is a brand new custom sensor made just for Apple. But my hopes is that we get either a low fix support for much better dynamic range, which I know is not rumored to come until next year. So if not that, then at least I do hope we'll get a larger sensor, as the current one over 1.28-inch sensor size is actually the same one that we've had ever since the iPhone 14 Pro. Now, aside from the sensor specs, we are still set to be getting that variable aperture that can physically open up to allow more light to hit the sensor, as well as be closed down for when you want a sharper image with less background blur. So what else got leaked? Well, the new iPhones will also be coming with the A20 Pro chip built on TSMC's 2nm node that we now know is codenamed Borneo. Now, the A20 Pro is expected to use a new packaging technology called WMCM, where the processor and the memory, they sit side by side inside the same package. That would be actually a major departure from Apple's current design, where the memory is stacked directly on top of the processor. WMCM, or wafer level multi-chip module, does actually give Apple much more flexibility than the current integrated fan-out package-on-package, or Info POP. With today's info packaging, the CPU, GPU, and the neural engine, they all live on a single silicon die, while the memory is attached above it as part of the same package. With WMCM, however, these components no longer have to share a single die. So Apple can manufacture the CPU, the GPU, the neural engine, and memory as separate chips, and then combine them within one package. Okay, Daniel, but what does that even mean? Well, think of it this way. This modular approach could allow Apple to create many more chip variants by mixing and matching different CPU and GPU configurations, while also improving the manufacturing efficiency and maybe even increasing their yields. This is something that they've already done with the M5 version of chips. On top of this, we've also seen the confirmation that the new A20 Pro chip will be using next generation memory, LPDDR6 with a 96-bit wide bus. This should translate into much more memory bandwidth when compared to the previous generation, such as the A19 Pro. And something that I just realized I haven't mentioned, 12 gigs of RAM. This is now confirmed, just like we expected before. Now, speaking of chips, the C2 chip has also been confirmed via this Tata breach. But you see, there's actually a catch, because apparently if you'll be buying an iPhone in the US, you'll actually still be getting a Qualcomm chip, as this was referenced in the bill of materials related to the iPhone 18 Pro sold in the US. If you're buying the global version of the iPhone 18 Pro, so pretty much anywhere outside the US, you'll most likely be getting Apple's brand new C2 modem instead of Qualcomm's. And that is actually good news, because this C2 should actually be more power efficient. Now, why would Apple use two different modems? Well, I think the answer is actually pretty straightforward. You see, both the C1 in the iPhone 16e and the C1X in the iPhone Air and iPad Pro, they both lack support for millimeter wave 5G, which is mainly used in the US, especially in larger cities where carriers do rely on those ultra-fast short-range networks. So if the C2 continues that trend and still doesn't support millimeter wave, then Apple can easily ship it in the international markets where millimeter wave is barely used anyway. The US is a different story though, since iPhones sold there still support full millimeter wave 5G. That's why they've got that patch at the top. So those models will most likely continue to support millimeter wave using Qualcomm's modem instead. And there's one more interesting change that also got leaked. Apparently, iPhones sold in China could finally switch to the same SIM setup as the rest of the world. You see, right now, Chinese iPhones come with two physical SIM slots that don't support eSIM at all. But starting with the iPhone 18 lineup, Apple could replace one of those physical SIM slots with an eSIM, giving Chinese models the same physical SIM plus eSIM configuration that's found in most of the other regions. And last but not least, we've also had confirmation that the dynamic island will be getting smaller too. Earlier leaks suggested that it may shrink by about 35%, and according to those leaked CT scans, this seems to be entirely possible. How so? Well, these CT scans show that the infrared flood sensor, a component that is required for Face ID, will be mounted in the corner underneath the display instead of being, where it currently is now. This means that the dynamic island will only contain the selfie camera and the Face ID scanner now. That's it. And personally, I'm really excited for this change, as it will make the iPhone look even more modern than the current generation. These are the major leaks due to the Tata breach, and I'm quite surprised that the earlier rumors were so accurate. These new leaks, of course, do confirm most of them, most of the ones that we've been hearing for the past few months. And yeah, I think the new iPhone 18 Pros will actually be more exciting than expected, especially with that new larger sensor. I'm really curious to see what sort of changes that brings to the table. Hopefully better low light performance, and hopefully this is also a bigger sensor that gives us more background blur as well. But yeah, despite all of these changes, the iPhone 18 Pro is actually not going to be the most exciting iPhone this year. That will still be the iPhone Ultra or the iPhone Fold, however Apple ends up calling this thing. If you want to see a video on this, then check it out right here, where I compare it against the Z Fold 8. Make sure to subscribe for more details on the iPhone 18 Pros and the iPhone Ultra as soon as those become public. And don't forget to check out our new online store for wallpapers, wallpaperz.com, for that limited time 20% discount, which only lasts until Monday. So yeah, until then, I'm Daniel, this is ZONEofTECH, and I'll see you guys in the next one. ZONEofTECH, signing out. Cheers.